it is hello. It is 1 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition for tonight headlines. We have workshop on modernizing and strengthening public administrations in Arta. The United Nations warns of a serious famine in the Gaza Strip. Welcome to our newsroom. The news of the last few days has been marked by the rain that continues to fall on the capital and several inland regions, particularly along the coast. The long-awaited rains are bringing a breath of fresh air to rural areas. They are essential for agriculture and grazing, but they also cause problems in urban areas. Here in Djibouti City, puddles and flooded roads are complicating travel, causing slowdowns and disruptions in some neighborhoods. Faced with the situation, the relevant authorities are on the ground. Roads and civil protection teams are actively working to minimize the impact of the bad weather. But despite their intensity, the rains remains a blessing. They invigorate farmlands and nourish pastures, thus contributing to livestock farming and, by extension, food security. For his part, the sub-prefect of the 2nd District, Abdushahid Nur Yusuf, said that no incidents and problems had been reported following the rainfall in Djibouti. He did mention the rise in water levels in some streets, but assured that the relevant authorities such as the ONIAD and civil protections would take the necessary measures to evacuate the stagnant waters. Early this morning, at around 5 a.m., the Tajura region's clouds heralded the arrivals of the seasonal rains in Tajura, accompanied by rumbles of thunder. The rain quickly intensified, covering a wide area stretching from the coast to Randa. The first drops falling on an arid land were greeted with the relief by the region's inhabitants, particularly farmers and livestock breeders who depend on this period to regenerate their pastures and replenish the wadis. These rains encourage vegetation growth, reducing soil erosion and stabilizing sloping lands. It also helps to cool the atmosphere, providing respite from the persistent heat of recent months. Ambassador Abdul Mahmoud Abe missions to South Africa. Mr. Abdi Mahmoud Abe, Djibouti's ambassador to Ethiopia, permanent representative to the African Union and the Economic Commissions for Africa, chaired the annual retreat of the subcommittee of the Permanent Representative Committee at the headquarters of the African Union, the Development Agency, AUDA NIPAD in South Africa this week. The meeting provided an opportunity to take stock of the African Union's flagship project in key sectors such as education, health, infrastructure, agriculture, and information communication technologies. Today in Damerjog, the UNFT organized the official ceremony of the public declarations of the total abandonment of all forms of female genital mutilations organized by UNFT in partnership with UNICEF. This initiative represents a major step forward in the fight against these deeply rooted practices. The ceremony, which was marked by the emotions and determinations, brought together the local committee for the fight against female genital mutilation, members of the Damerjog Watch Committee, as well as numerous community leaders and citizens. These key players renewed their commitment to protecting girls and women in the regions from the harmful consequences of these practices. The public declaration is much more than just a symbolic commitment. It marks a decisive turning point in collective awareness, highlighting the danger of the female genital mutilations and promoting fundamental human rights. Community leaders have also stressed the importance of monitoring and reporting any practice of female genital mutilation to ensure that this commitment is respected. Under the banner of celebrating the rights and well-being of the children's Universal Children's Day was commemorated today in styles at the Hotel Gadile Resort. This initiative led by the SOS Children's Village in Tajura brought together a number of partners, including Manfob, the International Organization for Migration, UNICEF. The ceremony began with a reading from the Holy Quran, followed by speeches from representatives of the SOS Children's Village, IOM, and UNICEF. Each stressed the importance of unity and collaboration in protecting children's rights and ensuring their well-being. A highlight of the day was the cultural and artistic activities, reading of poignant poems, traditional dances by a troupe of and a plays about children's rights and dreams. The ceremony ended on a high note with a prize-giving ceremony for the young talent in the drawing, writings, and poetry competitions, as well as the remarkable performance of the artistic troops. It was a day full of emotions and promise, reminded us all the importance of building a dignified and radiant future for our children. On the other hand, not administrative reforms were the focus of the popularization workshop held yesterday in Arta, organized by the Executive Secretariat in charge of the administration reforms, and in collaboration with the several ministries. The workshop marked the final stage of a cycle of training sessions held in the 5 regions and of the interior. Participants learned about the new legal texts in forces, such as the general studies of the civil servant and the code of ethics from civil servant. A new digital tool was also presented, designed to simplify administrative procedure and bring the administration closer to citizens by making public services more accessible and transparent. Attended by the prefect of the Artas regions and senior administrative officials, this workshop illustrates the government's commitment to modernizing public administration, building the capacity of decentralized services, and responding more effectively to citizens' expectations. With these sessions in Arta, the training cycle comes to an end, symbolizing concrete progress in the harmonized implementation of administrative reforms through the national territory. The CFF yesterday concluded a 5-day workshop in Arta as part of the Play and Learn project funded by USAID. The event brought together trainers, pedagogical managers, and experts in preschool education with the clear objective to strengthen the quality of educational services for children aged 3 to 6. The closing ceremony was attended by a number of key figures, including the inspector of the Artas region, the head of the Play to Learn project. Work focused on the design of training modules, incorporate innovative teaching approaches such as edutainment and inclusion of children with special needs. Emphasis was also placed on the importance of play areas for children's learning and development. This is an essential step towards guaranteeing equitable access to quality preschool education in collaboration with the local and international players. The module developed will be finalized in the coming weeks before being rolled out to future teachers, a significant step forward in building a more inclusive education system from the earliest year. A historic moment for Obok. On Friday afternoon, the region's sports stadium was the scene of a groundbreaking event, the inauguration of the Obok's first very football school. The initiative is the brainchild of a young football fan, Ahmed Mohamed Mola, who, with the help of an experienced trainer, Abdullah Qawi, he is aiming to train talented youngsters aged between 8 to 13 to become footballers of tomorrow. The opening ceremony was attended by the leading local figures, including the region's prefect Musa Adam Migane, the president of the regional council Mohammed Ismail. All welcomes this wonderful initiative and expressed their support for Ahmed and his team. More than 120 children have already joined the school, benefiting from a unique opportunity to practice their passion in a structured environment, a source of pride for Obok, a first step towards a new generation of sporting talents. On the other sporting note, the town of Mulud in Dikhil yesterday hosted the second edition of the 10 kilometer of the City of Unity. The theme of the event was Inkitino, Midnimo, and Al Wahda, and nearly 20 young athletes took part, divided into the cadet, junior, senior categories organized by the IGCO associations and Djibouti Athletics Federation in partnership with the local authorities. The competition saw the participations of athletes from various institutions, including the Republican Guard, the Djibouti Armed Forces, and the Ali Sabih Athletics Training Center. In terms of result, Hawa Omar Galab Abdi Ige excelled in cadet category. In the junior category, Suhaib Muhammad and Sumayya Muhammad, both representing the FAD, were victorious. Finally, in the senior event, Aye Farah and from Coast Guard confirmed her supremacy over the 10 kilometers, an event that testifies to the growing popularity of athletics in Djibouti and the importance of promoting sportsmanship in all regions. A look back at the highlight of this event and the presentations of the trophy to the winners. The town of Dakhil was alive and kicking yesterday with the second editions of the Dakhil 10 kilometer sporting event that has become an annual fixture. Closing with the trophy ceremony, the competition rewarded the efforts and performance of the athletes in a festive and friendly atmosphere. The top 5 finishers in each category, 2 kilometer girls and 5 kilometer cadet boys, 5 kilometer, and the top 10 kilometers event received trophies and cash prizes. They not only showcased the region's athletics talent but also celebrate the spirit of a social cohesion and the importance of athletics in the development of young Djiboutians. It was a proud moment shared by the athletes, organizer, and spectator who left with the feelings that they had helped to promote the values of sport and unity in the Dakhel region. The interdepartmental football tournament in Ali Sabih launched after Tajurra and Dakhil. It was the turn of Ali Sabih Regional Sub-Directorate to launch the interdepartmental football tournament yesterday evening at the town sports stadium. The opening match featured the bilingual school teams against Al Rahma, two fine teams who put on a great show for the spectator in attendance. The official kickoff was given by the president of the Al Sabah Regional Council, Sharmaki Hassan, and the deputy director for the regions of the State Secretariat for Sports, Yusuf Abdullah. The tournament, which will run for several weeks, promises to be a highlight of Asaj's life, bringing together the various regional departments and players around a shared passion football as well as the competitions itself. The event will highlight the values of solidarity, sharing, and above all, fair play. The people of Al Sabih are invited to come in force to support the teams and take part in this unique collective effort. On the another front, the Djibouti authority are continuing their relentless fight against smuggling in Ali Sabih. The Galil border is a joint operation by Ali Sabih Customs Brigade, the BS Army, and the elements of the regional police led to the seizure of a large quantity of smuggled cat from Ethiopia. A total of 3,200 kilograms of cat transported on men's back were intercepted before being immediately destroyed by fires on the orders of the relevant authorities. The head of the region's Customs Brigade, Muhammad Mumin Hassan, welcomed the operations and pointed out that despite the many stratagems used by smugglers, but the vigilance of the forces of law and order remains unwavering. Smuggling is a real scourge for the national economy. For the international scene, the United Nations warns an imminent risk of famine in Gaza Strip. Food shortage are worsening with the bakeries closed and the price of bread rocketing. Distribution is being hampered by looting and sharp reductions in deliveries. Only 2,400 loads of aid are expected this month, compared with the 15,000 needed. The International Criminal Court has accused Israel of using famine as a weapon of war, accusations that Israel denies. This unprecedented humanitarian crisis calls for an urgent response from the international community. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.